bit earlier, but let's talk about it again because I love that. The DC-3, the Douglas, the Dakota in military terms. This one is flown by and to fly this transport aircraft as without any complex compared to the fighter pilots. The DC-3 again was born in, the story centers around a gentleman named Donald Douglas. And Donald Douglas was, he was specialized in boat design first. And then he was living in the East Coast, but he and his wife and his kid and his dog resented New York weather. And they say, okay, we're moving to sunny California. And so they went to California at the end of, this was in the early 20s. Went to California and rented a former barber shop and put a sign on top of it, Douglas Aircraft. And he had a capital of something like $800 of the time. And in 15 years he built up what at the time was the #1 aircraft building company in the world. Look at that. A good thing is that there are two in the cockpit because you need four arms to be able to pull this kind of turn on a DC-3. And so Donald Douglas set up a company making aircraft, and by the early 30s he was approached by gentlemen who had invented airlines in America, and who said, could you build us all-metal, twin-engine aircraft able to cross the whole of the American continent, North America, in 2 days? And he said, yes, but you'll have to fly at night. They said, yes, but do it. And he called it the DC-1, the Douglas Commercial One. Then, look at that. This is the most beautiful air transport demo you can see anywhere. And so the DC-1 became the DC-2, then became the DC-3, and with the DC-3 they hit the jackpot. After that came the war, and during the war the DC-3 was already established as the best transport aircraft in the world by the end of the 30s, and then the High Command in America decided that with a big, huge cargo door at the end of the aircraft, this would make a perfect truck of the skies. And Douglas built thousands of DC-3s, painted green, of course, and they flew everywhere in the world, including over the Himalayas during what was called the hump, which was the story of bringing cargo, troops, equipment, ammunition, everything across the Himalayas in the Far East theater. After the war, these military aircraft were abandoned because they were useless in military terms. And as I said before, the world's airlines, who were 47, 48, who were starting business again, everybody went to New Mexico, near places like Phoenix, in Arizona, and they went shopping for DC-3s, and there were rows. In fact, my dad did exactly that for Air France, and he went to Arizona with a team, and they spent 2 weeks driving a rented car along rows of DC-3s, and there was a small house somewhere with all the paperwork pertaining to the hundreds of aircraft, and they choose a number of them, 12 of them, and they had a voucher from the US Embassy in Paris for 12 DC-3s, well, C-47s like they were called, and they choose the man in charge there, they can say, that was it, and Air France started with DC-3s. I know that sound.
You should do better, you got one.
Yeah.
Is it as noisy as that inside?
No, inside it's just purring.
Yeah, of course.
But it makes noise because the guy flying it likes to make noise. It's an American.
Do you commentate all the time you're flying?
No,
No, good.
I'm too busy flying. The one which just took off and which is going to fly after the DC-3 is